Y'all, we're already halfway through September, and we haven't even stopped for a moment to look at the incredible things that have happened. So today, let's take a look at some of the best UFOs posted August 2025. In this video, you'll see insane UFO sightings, like the Living Metal UFO that freaked us all out and then sort of got corroborated with that new video from Congress. That UFO that was released recently, even though it's older, where you can actually see it power up and it has like that strange glow. We get to look back at some flying discs and that crazy hypersonic UFO that was captured on camera. And of course, we can't forget the UFOs in Dallas and Miami and the crazy mothership sightings and the portals. Like, August was crazy. So I hope you enjoy these UFO sightings. So Wixie the UFO bloke also found this incredible UFO clip from a UFO Telegram group uploaded August 1st of 2025 showcasing orbs in New Jersey. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this. I find it very interesting. Something I've been noticing in a lot of the recent UFO sightings is that they're very, very colorful. And they're just strange colors, like sometimes shades of magenta and stuff within the light that it makes no sense, but they do look kind of stunning. Another thing I like about that clip is how they ran to get like another angle. Because that's so something I would do if I saw some anomalous object in the sky. Next, we actually have an interesting update on the MH370 airplane abduction by the UFO, I guess if you call it that. You know, the one that people say was debunked because it was created with these effects, but then people looked at the metadata and found out that the visual effects that matched the clouds in the MH370 video was actually made after the original post date of the actual MH370 video, which means that those objects were, or that those effects were made to imitate the video and throw it into question, murky the water, you know, misinformation. What's true? Who knows? But it gets crazier because Tupacapra has found this UFO video that showcases the exact same thing happening to another plane in Spain a year before the MH370 incident. Now, I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Does this add legitimacy to the MH370 UFO abduction? Take a look. I find it fascinating. I can't tell you definitively what's true because hell, I don't know. Which is why it's also important to share these videos out. The more eyes on these videos we can get, the more people that we can get to start analyzing and using their software to get more information. Next, we have a clip from UFO World that showcases that UFOs are in fact a worldwide phenomenon. This occurred in Portugal, the 31st of July, 2025. And I can't tell if this is leaning more extraterrestrial or more interdimensional. Smash like and check it out. Now, there's been a lot of talks about portals and wormholes, and recently in the news, how we might be in a black hole or in a void, and there's just a lot going on where it's like maybe there is something to those interdimensional theories. And like, I mean, was that a gateway? That looked crazy to me. Now Portugal, now Portugal isn't the only place. Like I said, this is a worldwide phenomenon. So we also have UFOs popping up in China, and they make even less sense. Also, strange lights in the skies, and it's been multiple for multiple nights now. Y'all, sound off in the comments. What do y'all think about this UFO in China? What the hell could that be? I find it so weird. At first, I'm like, well, maybe like some type of laser show, but with how cloudy and foggy it is, you would see the beams of light leading down to their source on the ground, and you don't see that in this clip. What's stranger still is that this, like in China, had that UFO that shut down the whole airport that we all saw the clip of, and it was huge, and they silenced it. So it makes me wonder how much more of this clip or how much more of this event happened that we're not getting to see. Maybe there's more information out there, especially considering the next clip. Now, the one you just saw happened in January. Wixie the UFO bloke found a new clip. This one happened August 1st of 2025, so the beginning of this month, so just a couple days ago. And it's even stranger. Take a look. That doesn't make any sense, and it looks like it's radiating light around it. Like you can see the light disperse on the clouds in all directions. What the hell's happening in China? Wixie has been on a roll as per usual, and this fan is not playing with my hair today. Like goodness, but they found another clip, another UFO clip. This time from Chile. Like I said, UFOs all over the world. This clip from Chile is fascinating because it actually showcases one of the 5 observables that we look for when hunting down UFOs, and that observable is instant acceleration. And no, it can't be mistaken. You're going to see right away exactly what I mean. Take a look. Where was that mofo going and why was covering? I actually remember that story. It happened a little bit ago, and the person said that they saw it hovering for a while. And at first, they didn't think of it till they saw that it was above the building for so long. They pulled out their phone and started recording, and that's what happened. It dipped out. And that thing was fast. What's crazy is that that's not the most fascinating clip in the video. The next one is. It's this strange UFO that looks like what is best described as living metal. Something that we know Lockheed Martin has been working on for quite some time. They themselves have admitted it. And some, prior to them saying they were working on living metal, said that Lockheed retrieved some substance that moved but was still metallic. It all sounds like it's the same thing, and it looks like the clip you're about to see. It blows my mind, y'all. Smash like, but also share this out. We need more people to see this clip, analyze this clip, see what the hell is going on. Is this living metal? Hello? What was that? What was the rippling? It even looked when it turned around and then the back had the it looked like when you change the frequency in the water it does those like crystallizations and those beautiful it looked like that when it turned. What? And the first time did it like disappear and teleport to it be and then it reminds me of that UFO that we'd seen that like it looked almost like that, but it was far, so we couldn't see the exact detail. And it spun out of existence. You guys remember that clip? This one is so crazy to me. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What the hell do you think about that living metal UFO? I've got some great, credible UFO sightings for you today and some interesting UFO news, including Trump talking about the New Jersey UFO UAP incident. And what he had to say was very interesting, actually. But let's start with the sightings, starting with one that was posted by Ronnie Vernat that was allegedly leaked by someone close to the military family in Brazil. This is actually fascinating, and I find it super credible because it's an older sighting. It's actually 50 years old, but not only that, it was on a Super 8 film that had to get developed, so they couldn't fake it on the Super 8, which is even crazier because this thing looks kind of cool. To quote Ronnie Vernat, after almost 50 years, finally, frames of a Super 8 film recorded by Brazilian Air Force were finally revealed. It shows a UFO changing shape/orientation, accompanied by a small orb and probably entering a river in Colores during Operation Saucer. Almost 30 frames from 6 film trails from Sergeant Flavio, leaked material in 80s, were finally released by a source linked to the military's family. Y'all, and it is truly mind-blowing. Let me know in the comments what you think about this.
Essa fonte é idônea e teve acesso a esse material original. Depois de quase 50 anos, eles estão prejudicados pelo tempo, mas mesmo com muitos ruídos em sua revelação, tivemos a oportunidade de restaurar digitalmente as imagens e fazer algo a mais. Evidências apontam que esse registro é um fotograma de um filme em Super 8 e com ele em mãos tivemos a oportunidade de reproduzir artisticamente esse filme, que retrata o que era frequentemente testemunhado pelos agentes da aeronáutica. Essa é a reprodução de um desses encontros.
I find it fascinating. I also find it fascinating that we can take old film and like make it come back to life. I think it's so cool. And what else is cool is like if you're someone who happens to restore film, who knows, one day you may be restoring old film from a damaged camera and you may unearth evidence of alien life. Our next credible UFO sighting comes from NASA themselves, and it's actually a shocking clip. It's one of those clips that stunned many people upon its release. To quote the UAP doctor on Twitter, the NASA video that turned millions into UFO believers. Storms below the clouds, a few shooting stars, then an enormous object glides across Earth's horizon. Still unexplained, still official. Check this out. What baffles me about that clip is that we really don't have an explanation. And usually NASA's the first to be like, oh, debris or like ice particle. They just have no explanation for that because that thing is huge. It's obviously not a friggin' ice particle. Next, it's one of my favorite clips. It's a clip of UFOs entering the Popo volcano in Mexico. And yes, I'm going to say Popo because I can't pronounce that name, even though I do speak Spanish. No, it's not happening. Still, I find it super credible because UFOs entering volcanoes is actually something we know about. It's something that happens eerily often, like way too often, and we see videos of it all the time. I feel like there's not enough questions raised about that. Still, I love this particular clip because you see the UFO come in and then have to adjust its speed and then maneuver to come back and then go into the volcano, which is mind-blowing and anomalous in and of itself. Smash like and check this out. I'm like, what are they doing? What are they doing in the volcano? How are they surviving the volcano? Are they trying to erupt it? Are they trying to prevent it from erupting? Are they just gathering energy? Is there a base down there? Because I know we can't go. Like, what the hell's going on there? Next, we have actually a much more recent clip. This occurred July 28th in Colombia. Posted by Truth Poll, it captures a orb UFO literally coming up from the mountain and flying across the sky. I think that's the best way to describe it. Let me know in the comments what you think about this.
Bueno, este es el orbe de Salento, vean. Ay, se ve plateado con negro. Está cambiando de colores allá en el cielo. No, no es un globo definitivamente porque el viento está en la otra dirección, está hacia el cañón.
Sí, si no, bajaría.
Now, don't get me wrong, it's super cool. I don't want to yuck anyone's yum. I like it, but I wish they could have zoomed in more or gotten more detail. Although I get it, because then if you digital zoom, it'll pixelate, so it'll ruin the quality. Like, I get it. I just wish we had more details. Now, I have another UFO clip for you guys that is going to blow your mind. It is absolutely stunning, and you're going to be left speechless at the fact that this is the actual recording of that actual UFO and just the way that it looks. But before we jump into that, I do want to touch on the fact that Trump actually talked about the New Jersey UFO incident recently. Like, it really shocked me. And what he had to say about it was very, very interesting. I want you guys to hear it for yourself. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below.
I wanted to ask you about drones. You know, we had the issue in New Jersey before the election where there are all these people thought UFOs or an attack of the killer drones. And I believe you're doing something about.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, I know I can't tell you who it was and what it was, but yeah. I can't really tell you. I'd love to tell you actually, but it's not a big deal.
It's
but,
not something frightening.
No, but I just, so obviously it's something that I know about, and it's not a problem at all.
It was legal.
Oh yeah, that was legal.
Now it's all fine and dandy. He's saying it's nothing we should worry about. He's saying that they know what it is, which is a complete turnaround from when the situation was happening. But that's another story in and of itself. What I found interesting, I don't know if you guys caught, that he said, what was the exact wording? He was like, oh, I can't, it's not up to, he was going to say it's not up to me, but he stopped himself and was like, it's not a big deal. And then she was like, oh, it's not something that we should be afraid of. Watch it again. The way that he pauses, it's almost like, well, if it's not up to you, who is it up to? Who's telling the president what he can't talk about? And it really makes you wonder about power structures and just how deep this UFO secret goes. Now, the UFO clip that you've been waiting for. It's absolutely wild and stunning. This is Carlos Diaz insane UFO sighting. And so that I don't get the details wrong, let me quote from UFO Secret Files. Carlos Diaz, a Mexican photographer, recorded one of the best UFO UAP footages of our time. The craft is fully powered up, and you can even see it adjusting itself. The photographs he made were proven to be genuine by multiple experts. What he captured that night is truly remarkable, and in my opinion, truly mesmerizing. Check out this clip. He even gives a few words himself, which I think is fantastic, but this UFO is just wow.
No, there's a direct interaction between the object and the tree. The tree vibrates, obviously touched by the energy field of the craft. And the glow of the craft slightly illuminates both the tree and the bush. This footage is real.
Stop.
After a careful measurement, we found the tree to be 35 feet wide, with a distance of 345 feet from the camera. Therefore, the craft was at least 60 feet in diameter. What causes this strange luminosity? We still don't know, but one who might have had an answer was the late Colonel Philip Corso, a member of the National Security Council under President Eisenhower and head of the U.S. Army Foreign Technology Desk.
What you are seeing here, I told Diaz, is a flying saucer with its energy, propulsion energy on and going someplace. Either it's going or coming or accelerating. These colors are part of the guidance propulsion system. He took the pictures and he had them. He never knew what this, well, he couldn't know an explanation like this. The explanation had to come from something like I was in, research and development, knowing about what they were, knowing what the guidance system was, knowing the type of propulsion systems, and knowing what was in space. Otherwise, a nice fellow like Diaz would have never known this. He had to be saved maybe on the level that I was on. But more likely you would have been attacked by debunkers saying, oh, you don't know what you're doing. But you had something real here and then never knew it.
Carlos Diaz documents are very important because they show a different category of intelligence, what could be called the bioplasmic form of intelligence that is even beyond the extraterrestrial, which is using metallurgical or physical spacecraft. Here we have seen by computer enhancements of the film actual realities, suggesting that this is a vehicle form that can change its shape, size, geometry in any number of ways. We are seeing in the Carlos Diaz material a whole new category of the UFO experience. We are going beyond the extraterrestrial into what could be called the ultra-terrestrial intelligence that is existing in a pure energy state.
Did you see that? Now, what's crazy about that clip is that this is actually a confirmed sighting from within the military through all the leaks and stuff that's coming out. And anytime that they talk about it, because they've told us about it, they use a CGI and the craft is like much thinner and like orange and like you can tell. But to see the actual clip, that yellow, how it looked wild, fully powered on. Could you imagine seeing that in the sky? That's great. That's so freaking cool. Starting with one from UFO Mania that proves that not even rich businessmen are safe from aliens, as we can see this UFO chasing down a private jet. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. I find that fascinating. Very interesting that it's actually following around this private jet. What freaks me out about it is that if I were on that jet, my first thought would be the MH370 video. Whether it's real or not, just that idea in my head and then seeing a UFO while I'm on a plane, oh hell no. Next, we have a UFO over Las Vegas captured on infrared camera. This comes from Interstellar Abyss, an awesome subscriber to the channel. They said infrared camera over Las Vegas facing towards the mountain's red rock. Using IR red, started with hot white, then color IR. Soon as I turned on the red, this popped up, moving slowly across the sky. No heat trail on the IR, zoomed in at the 44 mark, took a still. Very weird. You can use this any way you want. Oh, well, thank you. Any way you want. Thank you for the great comment. Thank you. Thank you for the UFO video. I appreciate you. I do find this very interesting. I even had a theory about it, but I'll let you guys watch it first, then we'll dive into that. So smash like and check this out.
Oscar! Disappeared.
I see that and I think it's very cool. I was actually ready to dismiss this until they gave a little bit of the data, how there was no heat signature. They changed to the other infrared and they were able to see X, Y, or Z. The only reason I was skeptical is because if you guys remember, I showed you guys these jerks that are doing a prank that were doing it during the New Jersey UFO incident, where they feel that they're filling these like elongated balloons with LED lights and letting them off into the sky, filling them with helium, and essentially tricking people because you can't see, you just see the clarity, like, well, you don't see the clarity, you just see through the balloon. So they look like these weird lights are floating in the sky, and then the rubber or plastic or whatever the hell of the balloons kind of disperses the light and makes it look crazy in the sky. You got to be very, very careful. But the fact that they actually captured this on infrared, had to change settings before they could actually catch it, I feel like makes it even more anomalous. Now there's a couple more that I'm seeing are all the rage on TikTok. This got sent to me by like 18 different people. Again, it's one of those situations where I guess it got sent to them where they saw it not on the original page. They didn't see who made it. And upon checking this, I can tell you, I don't think this is a legit UFO. I mean, I'm gonna let you guys decide, of course. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about this.
Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god! What?
Now, I saw that, and when it was first sent to me, I was a little fascinated. And again, I started digging deeper because I'm like, this is a little too good to be real. I then found the original video, and the original video is made, as you saw in the little, I left the tag there, by Y Pixel AI. So I think we can all assume this is just AI. What happens is a lot of people, a lot of grifters will save these videos without the name and then pass them off as real UFOs, even though the original content creator did not mean to pass it off as a real UFO. Another one that I saw making the rounds and getting very popular is not AI, but it is a trick of the eye. It's nothing but an illusion. I saw it, you may have as well, so before we talk about it, I want to showcase it to you. This is the one I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm recording. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm getting this on video. Wait, what? I had over 60.
Now, when I see that, I think it's really cool, and everyone's like, Chaos, it's a flying saucer, you know, yada. It's one of those I had to dive a little deeper in. The cloud in the background makes it look like a tail at first, which does kind of heighten the idea of it being a flying saucer. It's an illusion to go viral. What this actually is a quarter on a sunroof of a car, and they're moving very slowly under the quarter, which is why the one side, like the ridges, you can see the shine on the ridges. It is a coin on a sunroof, and they're moving the phone to make it look like it's a UFO. Yeah. And to me, it's crazy because like the previous one, the one with the blob that I showed you had Cardi B's voice in it. Like they used a Cardi B sound, I guess, from whatever she was doing. So I can't even believe people think that one was real. This one is more believable because it used practical effects, but it is fake. Now, this next one isn't fake, and it's actually super cool. It was captured by Andrew Clifton August 5th, 2025, and it occurred over Malvern Hills, Western UK. And it showcases a UFO zipping across the sky, but not just zipping across. It goes so quick, it's absurd. Now, when you first view the clip, you might be like me and laugh a little because you're like, are they talking about the friggin' Frisbee? Because it goes by so fast. No, you'll see the Frisbee and you'll see this mother trucker on the right side just zip off. And don't worry, there's a slowed down version and a version with where you could see it's a more contrasty. It's like black and white. You can get more color or more visuals since the colors kind of wash things out. I think it's a really cool sighting. I genuinely think it's legit, but I want to hear you guys in the comments below. What do you think about this?
Ready. Steady. Ooh.
how fast was that thing moving? And personally, like, I don't think it was a bug because, one, it's really long, and I don't think there's any bug that looked like that. But two, you can actually, as it goes off, even though it's quick, you can see the distance it makes from the, like, this mother flower is zipping across the sky. I think that's crazy, and honestly, I think it's an awesome sighting. Guys, I don't know, I'm blown away by that one. Starting with this clip from Idku, That's My Purse, who captured this on August 22nd, 2025 at 9:58 p.m. in Dallas, Texas. What they saw in the sky is quite literally unexplainable. I mean, we've seen a lot of UFOs, but I've never seen anything like this. Check it out.
Thank you.
It's birds. I think it's a balloon. It's not flapping.
What a night this has turned out to be. This is so great. Cheers, everybody.
Like, what was that? Were those two different things? Was the one spinning and the other one was following it? Were they attached? I've not seen a UFO sighting like that. That was so freaking weird. Our next clip comes from UFO EBT, and it showcases a strange portal in the water. Now, although it is from TikTok, so we take it with a grain of salt, it does remind me of an old video we covered before that showcased a very similar portal, but it was a much older clip. So when we see the same event happen in two separate times and seemingly two separate locations, makes it appear a little bit more legit. Let me know in the comments what you think about this.
Yo, son, it's Carlos. They're coming to get me up. Come on, the tank like this. I swear to God it is. I swear it is. That's them. Look how they moving around and shit, they talking to us. I swear to God. We coming, dude. Yo, look at that shit. Look at that shit. Look how slow they moving. Look at that out there. It's almost over, y'all. Y'all see this shit right here on live in the fucking sky.
Now, what's really intriguing about this clip, I mean, it's the whole thing is weird, But is that in the previous clip, in the older clip, we never saw it like fade away, and we didn't see that dark object next to the portal, which adds more to the mystery. Recently, UFOs over Miami was trending, and I didn't get to see a lot of the clips that came out. It seemed that the information was awfully suppressed, just like the Miami Mall incident. However, while scouring through TikTok, I found this clip by Lucid. It allegedly occurred August 3rd, 2025, and seemingly captures one of these UFOs in Miami. Sound off in the comments with your thoughts on this. Now that's a very interesting clip, and while we see it and we know it's from TikTok, so again, we take it with a grain of salt. The other thing that we do know is that when we start seeing the same sightings from multiple witnesses at different angles, it tends to be real. And while not everyone allows you to use their videos, and I've said this before, I completely respect that. If you yourself go on TikTok and start searching up the UFOs over Miami, you will find a plethora of other videos that are similar to the one that we just watched and are seemingly other angles of the same event. Now our next clip is an alleged UFO mothership captured in 2023. I love this clip because it gives me that feel of that infrared or night vision camera with the orbs we saw just the other night. It's a really, really cool sighting. Take a look.
Yeah, I got it on film. Yeah, I put them away. But I got these on film, this thing on film, whatever. Yeah. Look at that. I don't know, huh? Looks like a massive mothership.
I don't think they're showing us the whole thing.
That thing is massive.
Right, so yeah, it came from the left by the moon.
Now we see its elongated shape, and some people have speculated that it may be Starlink. However, usually when we see Starlink, it's a chain of lights, and though they do look like they can connect, you still can make out individual circles when you zoom in. This looks like one solid beam, or like a tube or a cylinder. Very, very strange. Absolutely wild. And now that Congress is holding more meetings and we're actually getting videos that were not seen before in congressional meetings, I feel like only more information and more UFO evidence is going to come out. So stay tuned.